playing around on the salt flats, it was time for me to hit the road once again. Next destination, Potosi. I met this little old woman on the streets, and she told me I can make my fortune there. She told me the streets are paved with silver. However, when I got there, I found they weren't paved with silver, they were paved with stray dogs. And churches. Lots and lots of churches. And I asked this stray dog, how the fuck am I gonna get rich in this town? Because I can't see any silver anywhere. And he said, oh no, chico. You got to dig in the ground, over there. You got to get yourself a shovel and start digging. So I got myself a shovel and started digging. I dug for hours and hours into the night until eventually I was underground. And you will not believe what I saw next. I found other people under the ground, and they were also looking for the silver. They were equipped with trucks and dynamite, and they'd made tunnels in all directions, up and down and left and right. They were crawling around like little hamsters looking for the silver. And the race was on, me against them, to see who could find the most treasure. And I met this guy called Dave, and he started telling me about how he and his friends find the precious metal.
The dynamite for the miner is very important, amigos. No dynamite is not possible to take the minerals. Inside dynamite, they put the detonator and fuse. Yeah, after they put to the hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12.
He even took me to see his god, Pachamama, who lives under the ground with them.
Look at amigos, in this place there are two statues, two devils. His names are called George and Saturnino. Also he has a coca leaves. Also he has big penis for the fertility, because the miners, they are very fertile, they have many children. The uncle George for the miners, yeah, he is very important. He represents another boss. Why? Because amigos, he's owner of the silver, he's owner of all the minerals. And then normally the miners, for example, they come in here after they finish the work, where they offer the coca leaves, cigarette and alcohol. They are very costumbristas, amigos. Always they drink the alcohol. Yeah, because amigos, for example, when the miners they drink the alcohol, also the minerals come in pure alcohol, pure silver they drink. Well, amigos, also in the miners, we have another, we have one festivity. For example, every year in the month of June and August, the miners they sacrifice of the llamas. Llamas in honor for the Pachamama, in honor for the Mother Earth. This custom is outside in the end. In these miners, amigos, for example, in the last year, in the month of June, they sacrificed 12 llamas, 12. After they sacrificed the llamas, for example, the llama blood, they throw in the end Also on the work, also they think the faces for no accidents, just for to ask for good protection and good luck.
So after a few weeks treasure hunting underground, I decided the life of a miner's not for me, and I made my way back up to the surface to rejoin civilization. Once again, I hit the road. But first, I had a few changes that I needed to make to the bike. First is the carburetor, because at this altitude, there's a serious lack of oxygen, which means that there's more fuel getting to the bike than air. So this handy chap stuck a piece of fuse wire through the jet in my carburetor to stop as much fuel going through. Next, he did something to the engine to stop it making this weird tapping noise. And finally, he gave it the ultimate modification. And with that, the bike was all set for what was gonna be the toughest part of its journey so far. The death road!
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live and I'm alive.
Oh, so what do you reckon? Is this any better with the foil and everything, or does it shine a bit off the lights, like a lot of reflection? I don't know, because I haven't got eyes in the back of my head.